How's it going, everybody? I'm Digit, and this is the Streetcast. All right, no intro today. We're going straight into it. Lucile, tell me about your day.
Oh my goodness. Today has been everything, but it's been awful, basically.
Well, you sound a little different right now. Let's start with where you are.
I am in the Orlando International Airport.
And why are you there?
Because I bought a $30 Frontier flight from Dulles to, I was supposed to be flying into Texas, but the connecting flight was in Orlando. And so I landed in Orlando, and then I was on the airplane to take off from the layover, and we're sitting on the taxiway, and we were sitting there for over an hour. And then they started talking about how the Jacksonville air traffic control people caught COVID, and then needed to deep clean the entire building, which was going to take 3.5 hours. And then they canceled everybody's flights, and yeah.
And this is 100%. If you look up, there's a great article on Jacksonville.com called FAA's Hillard Traffic Control Center reopens after Monday's shutdown due to COVID-19 case, which is the craziest thing ever, because what happens is exactly as Lucille said. Supposedly someone in the building popped positive, so they shut the whole thing down for 2 hours and deep cleaned it. But what that means is that for those 2 hours, they canceled all the flights in the Southeast.
Yeah, it was crazy because the captain kept getting on and saying, like, oh, we're being rerouted because of some congestion. And I'm like, okay, it's whatever. But then, like, as I looked out the window, I noticed nobody was taking off, and we were sitting there for longer and longer. And then he said that it was actually 2 air traffic controllers that caught COVID, stopped positive, but they were there. And so they had to just deep clean the entire building. But I don't think it's going to take 3.5 hours to just spray everything with hand sanitizer. But I'm also not an expert. So
I think that's also insane that they shut down all the planes in the Southeast because of that. That's insane.
Isn't that wild? Like, I can't remember a time when I looked up in the sky and didn't see an airplane. And it happened today at an airport.
No kidding.
That was weird.
Well, tomorrow we will be back together, but it's madness tonight for sure. But
yeah.
There is a story I wanted to discuss with you, Lucille, and we talked about it a little bit, and that is, I read this article. This is an article about extreme minimalism, folks. And if you're unaware, minimalism has many meanings. It can mean an art form or a lifestyle. And in this particular instance, I'm referring to the minimalistic lifestyle, in which people truly believe that the less they own, the happier and more successful they will be. So an example of this is, I read an article today about a guy who only owns 15 things. And those 15 things fit into one big thing, which is his backpack. So he has a backpack and then 14 things inside of it, and that is the only thing he owns. And the article talks about how this guy is a millionaire and he's extremely successful. But you know what, Lucille?
What?
How do you measure success?
In your level of happiness? I don't know.
Now exactly. No one really knows how to measure success. And we had a great conversation about this. Is like, well, how do you define a millionaire? Is a millionaire $1 million in the bank? And then, okay, you have $1 million in the bank, but this guy doesn't have a house. That article talks about it. He doesn't have a house. He doesn't have a car. He doesn't even have a bicycle. But then on the other side, are you a millionaire if you have a house, a car, a bike, and whatever else, but you don't have any money in the bank? Or, 50-50. You have a house and a car, and you have some money, and then you're a millionaire. Like, when America as a whole thinks about millionaires, I definitely think that they think of the guys with the mansion, the 10 cars, and the millions of dollars in the bank.
I'd have to agree. But I feel like people being a millionaire is more, I feel like it would be more based on their net worth. as opposed to just how much money they have in the bank. But it also can't be a 50-50 or like oh, you have all this stuff, but you don't have any money in the bank, you know?
Yeah.
Like you have to, it can't just all be like, oh, I have 15 cars. I'm a millionaire, but I don't have enough money to pay for my electricity.
Which definitely happens.
Exactly. But I feel like millionaires might be more normal than we even know it. And I feel like some people might be millionaires and they don't even know it, just based off of like the items that they have in their home and stuff like that. But
and that's,
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, and that's fair. But when it comes to a guy owning 15 things and they're trying to showcase him as a millionaire simply because, and I'm going to be really hard on this guy because the article talks about him not owning a home. So instead he lives on people's couches. And when he needs small things like dishwasher soap, he borrows them. And what that tells me is that this guy is a moocher who just lives on people's couches, doesn't buy a home for himself because he's a penny pincher. And now he can call himself a millionaire because he literally doesn't spend money on anything because he's mooching off of other people's space and things.
Well, he's very much a moocher because, you know, I can stand here and say, oh, I can live off of 15 things. Like, I only need one T-shirt and one pair of underwear. But if you start thinking about, like, okay, well, I need dish soap and I need regular soap and I need, you know, laundry detergent and just, like, normal things that people need on a daily basis. Right, he doesn't have a house, so I guess he doesn't need them. But, like, 15 things adds up really fast.
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. And, like, think about that. So it talks about how he owns a laptop, and that's one. And then it's all about, I mean, these people get pretty crazy because it all depends on how into it they are. So some people count the laptop and the charger as one thing. Some people count the charger as a thing by itself.
And see, that would be the question, is like, what does he count? Like, is his laptop and wireless mouse and mouse pad and charger all considered one thing? Or are those 4 separate things?
I think those would be 4 separate things. And so you're exactly right. Things would add up quicker than anything. Like, how can you only own 15 things?
What are the 15 things that he owns? That's what I'm really curious about.
So I'm going to look this up because I'm sure I can find the article. But you know how Google sends you articles to click on? And when you click on them, they don't open, at least for me, they don't open in a tab, like a Chrome tab. They open in like a temporary tab that disappears. That's what happened with this article. And so I'm trying to find it. Minimalism. There's a lot of articles. 15 clutter busting routine. Oh my God. I'm going to look. And these people are all about it. They're like, they love this shit. They love minimalism. I'm so aware of my surroundings. Okay.
I feel like.
Here it is.
I don't know.
Here it is. I found it. I think I found it. Okay. Okay. His name is, I think this is, I don't know if this is the same thing, but I think this is it. But it's a very similar story. It's a guy named James Altucher, and he only owns 15 things. Okay, there's his blog. He has a Reddit AMA. He founded 20 companies. 17 of them have failed. He's the author of 11 books. I've made millions, lost it all, made it back, and written about everything I've learned. Ugh.
Wow, he's one of those guys.
Oh, yeah. He
sounds like an Instagram influencer.
I think that's exactly what he might. This whole minimalism thing, I think that's what it's trying to poke at, so that people they get interested in the lifestyle and they come upon it and they're like, whoa, this guy is so based. He's so into it. Here's a great one. Minimalism made me skinny.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I think this is the guy, Bates. So, I don't know. I can't find the exact article I was reading, but this guy that I was reading about, he was a tech consultant or some kind of tech guy, and he had a laptop, a backpack, and like that was it. And everything fit in his laptop that he could carry around. So, I don't get it. if you're a millionaire but a minimalist, I think you're too extreme on one spectrum, but using a way to measure success in the opposite direction of that spectrum. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it seems like, I don't know, if you're a millionaire and you have the mansion and everything, like, people know. But even then, you're not super braggy about it. It's just kind of what's expected. But I feel like he's trying to draw more attention to the fact that he has money by being like, well, I don't need everything that everyone else does, even though he does need those things. And he's borrowing them from other people by crashing on their couches all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So.
And, now God knows that America as a whole could definitely be more what's the word? Not objective, but focused on objective? Focused on objects?
Materialistic.
Boom, that's the word. God knows America could be less materialistic, and I can even agree to that. But I think only owning 15 things is a bit of a crazy. Now, a lot of people might be thinking, whoa, like that's way too much. No, folks, think about this. Laundry detergent, that's one. A laundry bag or basket, that's two. A hanger, that's three. It adds up really quick, and those are just laundry-related items.
Yeah. Those are things that you're going to use all the time, and it's not just something that I'm sorry, there's a live art display here. It's kind of weird.
Well, tell me, what do you see? It's a live art display. What is that?
Well, I'm not sure if it's live, but the guy, it's live, but the guy is in a glass box, and he has all of his bags around him, and he's sitting on the bags, and he's asleep. Like, he's using his arm to prop his head up. And he's like a middle-aged dude with a big mustache.
Is the guy just sleeping, or is he legitimately doing like an art thing?
I think it's legitimately an art thing because it's in the box.
Oh, I forgot about the box. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how he would have gotten in the box without permission to get in the box. But
what a fucking...
I'd be afraid of actually falling asleep.
I don't think you would. Literally falling asleep on the job out here?
I might. But back to the topic of the minimalist millionaire. Yeah, I also agree. Like, there are some things that I could live without, but I mean, especially based off of where we went to college and how small our dorm rooms were, and the fact that we were living so far away from home, I feel like we've kind of been living a minimalist type lifestyle for at least 4 years now. Maybe not as much now, but whenever we were in college, we kind of were.
Oh, 100%. And you can't own much in college because you move around every, maybe every semester, every year at a minimum. Move out, move in, at least once each.
We were all over the place all the time. So, we couldn't actually own really that much. And then now that we have a place to live and everything that isn't the size of a dorm room, we have more stuff. But I don't feel like anything just gets wasted.
No, I don't either. And that's kind of the argument that I'm trying to make here as well, is that just because you don't use something every day doesn't mean you don't use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't run our washing machine every day, but we definitely need it.
Yeah. We don't use all 8 of our plates every day, but we use them occasionally, and sometimes we don't do the dishes, and so we need other ones. It's not a waste to have them, and we're not depriving anybody by owning them. So
right. I 100% agree with that.
And on top of that, I shouldn't have to just owning anything to anybody because I don't know what I just said.
100%. And someone listening to this podcast might be like, and they don't have to justify owning less to you. Agreed. However, I could still criticize the idea of a minimalistic millionaire.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I just think that's what's the word for contradictory?
Yeah. Contradictory. But, okay, so I don't think the argument is about whether or not minimalism is, like, justified or if it's a good idea. I think it's, is this guy actually a millionaire? That's what we're trying to get at.
I would say no.
I would also say no.
Yeah. You got to have some capital, folks.
I mean, are you really a millionaire if you don't have a place to call home?
Are you really a millionaire if you don't like own a car? And
are you really a millionaire if you wear the same pair of underwear every day?
Oh, he has 2 pairs of underwear, by the way.
But that's 2 items. That's a lot.
Yeah, he's got, I remember this specifically. He has 2 pairs of underwear, 2 pairs of shirts, a pair of jeans, a shorts, and that's 4. And then he has a laptop, a backpack, and that's 6. And I forgot the rest. I think he had a pen, and I forget if he counted the charger. But he had a phone, and he had a charger that was the same for both. Yeah, so that gets me to at least 9 or 10 right there. And I remember those, but I don't remember what the other 5 were. I wish I should have saved this. Oh, I think I did save. I know where I saved it, actually. Nope, I didn't save it. Dang it.
He counts like the pants and shorts as one item, but then he counts a pen as another item?
Yeah. No. Excuse me. The pants are 1 and the shorts are 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Damn, I wish I could. I thought for sure I saved it. I usually save it. But it disappeared on me because it was in my little Google News thing. And for some reason, when I click on a Google News, it doesn't open it in Chrome. It opens it in like a side browser. And if I click out of it, it disappears unless I come back to the article. I need to change that setting.
Yeah. I have that happen a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just so people don't think I'm insane. But I really do. Like, I need to change that setting to where it opens it in a Chrome browser so I can come back to it. Huh. Well, I think that wraps up. We just wanted to talk about that for a minute, didn't we?
Yeah, because we were talking about it on our own, and you were like, hey, maybe we should just knock this out real quick. So, yeah.
I feel like it was pretty good. It was a pretty good episode.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, you got anything you want to say before we play outro?
I don't think so. Just stay safe, make good choices.
Yeah, make good choices, and we'll see y'all later this week. All right, say bye on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Bye.
Bye.
All right, here we go. Thanks for listening, everybody. That wraps up the Streetcast podcast of the week. This is something I do for fun, and I hope you had fun listening. If you'd like to connect or even provide some feedback about the show, please check out the YouTube channel. I'm_digit, India Mike _digit. Shoot us a comment, and I promise you there will be a response. Thanks again for listening. We'll see you back here on Sunday.